Hello, my friends. I wish you all a very happy new year. I hope you all are doing well. As we start New Year 2024, it's time to feel energetic. It's time to feel positive. It's time to feel enthusiastic about the days and weeks and months ahead. We should have lots of energy as we move forward. In New York and Chicago, however, things are not great because of the migrant crisis. In fact, things are getting worse every single day. Chicago recently came up with strict rules to penalize bus operators who transport migrants from Texas to Illinois. And then the buses started dropping migrants off in the suburbs around Chicago. And then in New York City, Mayor Eric Adams is trying something similar. He issued an executive order to impose rules for bus operators who transport migrants from Texas to New York. And after that, I said that the same thing that we saw in Chicago, in Illinois, may end up happening in New York. That is, buses may drop migrants off in areas around New York City because of this new executive order that Mayor Eric Adams imposed. And guess what? That's exactly what is happening. Reportedly, buses from Texas dropped off undocumented immigrants in a city in New Jersey. New Jersey is the neighboring state. And this is likely due to the executive order that Mayor Eric Adams issued in New York City. Bus operators are now dropping migrants off outside of New York City. And once the migrants are dropped off, they can continue on to their destination. And that destination is New York City, the sanctuary city. The migrants can take trains to New York City, which is what many migrants did once they arrived in New Jersey. The executive order by Mayor Eric Adams is causing big headache for local and state government officials in New Jersey. Similarly, the new rules in Chicago are causing headache for many suburban communities outside of Chicago. And that's not all. On Sunday, a plane from Texas landed in Rockford, Illinois, carrying over 300 migrants, well over 300 migrants. Reportedly, Rockford officials were notified about the flight ahead of time. And the migrants, after the plane landed, after the migrants got off the plane, the migrants boarded buses, and the buses reportedly dropped the passengers off in various suburbs in Illinois so that the migrants could find their way to Chicago, because Chicago is the destination here, so that the migrants could find their way to Chicago by train or other modes of transportation. New York City is a big destination for the migrants because it's a sanctuary city. And Chicago is also a big destination, a popular destination for the migrants because it's the sanctuary city. So when the migrants are dropped off in other communities, they try to find a way to Chicago. And so the migrants are eventually finding their way to the Windy City. That's what they call Chicago, the Windy City. And as I said, my friends, I said this previously, that Chicago is a magnet for undocumented immigrants. Why? Exactly for the same reason. It's a sanctuary city. My friends, the situation seems to be getting worse every single day. Migrants are finding their way to New York City and Chicago. And how will the city house these migrants? It's easy to label a city as a sanctuary city. It's very easy to say that the city is a sanctuary for undocumented immigrants. But now that thousands and thousands of immigrants are finding their way to New York City and Chicago, who will pay for the housing? Who will pay for medical services? Who will pay for all the different services that these undocumented immigrants will expect once they arrive in the sanctuary cities of New York and Chicago? What's going to happen? I don't know. What I do know is that the liberal politicians in these cities, they are taking taxpayer funds and they are spending millions and millions and millions of dollars on the undocumented immigrants. And American citizens are not happy with the way their tax dollars are being spent. And there are many American citizens living in poverty, many American citizens who are homeless. They need help, but they're not getting the help that they need. And the liberal politicians continue to prioritize the undocumented immigrants. My friends, share with me your thoughts. Go to tausifanam.net, send me a message. Once you're on my website, you can check out my blog. You can check out my list of published opinions. You can also sign up for my e-newsletter. You can also comment on this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done that already. I appreciate it. Thank you for staying connected, and I hope to be back again with a new video very soon.